Hello, hello, hello. This is Dr. Badvibes, and I'm sure you've heard the phrase "kill them with kindness." Did you know it could actually happen? Luckily, not a person, but a monkey. Let's take a look. So, the kindness led to the world's fattest monkey, dubbed Godzilla, dying after eating himself to death. Despite a trip to fat camp, which I didn't know existed for monkeys, but there we go. Remember the last video I talked about timeless news? I've been sitting on this one for a while, and I think it's finally time to talk about this one. It's messed up, but it made me laugh. So, yeah. So a morbidly obese monkey named Godzilla has died after eating himself to death despite shedding weight at a fat camp. And not only is he a monkey, he's a macaque. Macaque's really hairy. So he developed an insatiable appetite after well-wishing shoppers fed him junk food at a market. So people thought they were being nice and just giving him treats. And, well, from the looks of the photo, he got too many treats. Way too many treats. So, yeah, they actually rescued him from the market and I believe sent him to fat camp. So, yeah, the massive monkey died at only age 6 at the pet hospital Monday after, well, this was back in May, after suffering from a myriad of weight-related issues. So Godzilla struggled with thyroid disease, diabetes, and Cushing's syndrome, and overproduction of stress hormone cortisol, all of which contributed to his shortened lifespan. And the hospital's director said, "Let's send Godzilla to heaven." Thanks, doctor. I told you many years ago you may not live long due to your diseases. You are at risk of having a heart attack. Your owner came by to take care of you every day until this day finally came. You passed away peacefully in the arms of your owner. I mean, at least he was loved. Maybe too much. So the obese macaque was cremated, and his ashes were returned to his previous caretaker, for whom he was seized 3 years ago. They adopted Godzilla when he was a baby and kept him as a pet, which is illegal under the country's wildlife laws. Yeah, every country's different. It's very illegal to keep, I think, almost all primates in the U.S. Don't do it. It never ends well. So authorities found him chained up in a Bangkok market, a macaque in Bangkok, where generous shoppers had been giving him high sugar treats like chocolate, fruits, and sweet drinks. At the time, he weighed a staggering 19 kilograms. So that's, in American, that's a little over 40 pounds. Nearly double the standard weight of his species. That's a fat macaque. The family was accused of killing Godzilla with kindness as they fed him unhealthy foods whenever he wanted. After being discovered, the obese macaque was sent to a fat camp where he's put on a strict diet of dill, lettuce, crickets, worms, sunflower seeds, and other nutritious foods. After getting candy all day, I bet he was like, no, And that's a messed up headline that's unrelated. Let's skip that. So despite dropping from his previous dangerously unhealthy weight to around 15 kilograms, his condition never improved. The owner maintains that they treated the monkey well and said Godzilla's ashes have been picked up. The undertaker said his bones were very white. Okay. I guess that's a thing. We are so sad that he is gone. He was like our family. We saved him when he was abandoned and treated him well. He should have never been taken away from his home as he loved eating what he gave him. Okay. And, crab eating. Oh, so I guess they eat crab. That's cool. I can relate. The family said they originally took the monkey when his parents were killed by a car and a previous owner abandoned him. They let him snack away all day while they ran their stall selling meatballs. And Godzilla became a favorite attraction at the market. When Godzilla was taken from him, the man said, "Godzilla is like a son to me. He's part of the family." The family was banned from visiting the monkey while he recovered, but kept persisting until they were granted visitation rights. And Godzilla was forbidden from returning to his owner as per country's law, which caused outrage against his supporters. They argued that he treated the monkey like family and could continue to do so with guidance from officials. And others believed that visitation rights was a reasonable compromise as overfeeding the monkey was inadvertently harming him. The pampered and spoiled macaque couldn't be released into the wild. Either it was feared he would not be able to fend for himself, and that is a very real problem. I mean, the stories here, like the most popular one was the face ripping chimp. Gosh, it was probably like 10, 15 years ago. People would keep chimpanzees as pets, and they don't know how to integrate with their others if you put them back in the wild. So I think even if you take them to the zoo, like they can't function with the other primates. So I mean, I believe they end up being euthanized for that reason, and that's unfortunate. So it's, many of his species live up to 37 years old in captivity. Wow, I didn't realize they lived that long. So the story of Godzilla has been likened to another famous obese monkey, Uncle Fatty. Why do they keep giving them these names? Is it a self-fulfilling prophecy? It's like they name him Godzilla and Uncle Fatty, and then they turn out fat. Okay. So Uncle Fatty grew an enormous belly after being fed sugary snacks by tourists at a floating market in Bangkok. He was also sent to a fat camp to slim down, but relapsed before suddenly disappearing and is believed to be dead. He has not been seen since February 2019, and his body remains missing. But experts think he isolated himself so others didn't see him pass away. All right. Godzilla was fed nuts, chocolate, and other sugary treats. That is a very large macaque. Actually, I do have a macaque story that's not a joke or crude. So in college, this is so random how this came together. There was a lab and they did some sort of testing or experiments. I don't know. I have no idea what they were doing, but they had a bunch of macaques in cages, and part of, I guess, what little they could do to make them a little bit happier, they approached, this is when I was taking art classes. I do have an art degree. That's not my main thing, but I took the classes for fun. And then I ended up with a degree somehow. But I was taking a class that specialized in painting murals. So several businesses and charities around town hit up the professor or the school, whatever, and said, hey, here's some murals we would like painted. And basically we had a list to pick from. And so I look and I see painting murals for laboratory animals. I'm like, all right, that's so insane. I have to do it. And yeah, we painted an outdoor, like jungle themed mural for macaques. And I will say, and this was totally my idea, I'll have to toot my own horn here. They wanted it so they could change it. And I mean, paintings don't change typically, and you know, unless you have like color change paint, I guess. So my idea was like, hey, why don't we paint it on sheet metal, and then we'll get another like sheet of that magnet material, like, you know, people put on their trucks for businesses and stuff, and paint on those. And everybody's like, wow, that's a good idea. I'm like, yeah, it's like color forms in the 80s. It's just big. So yeah, we painted a big jungle scene. It had like fruits and bananas, balls, and all kinds of stuff, beach balls. So presumably some laboratory animals got to see a giant color form that we made. I don't know what that has to do with anything. That's the only thing I know about macaques. Anyways, that was weird. See ya.